Hi and welcome all, and my name is Salam Mulder, Senior Director Europe Operations at IMA, the Institute of Management Accountants. Welcome at that CMA info session today with the Berkeley School of Management and Science, and they will tell a lot about the CMA course they are offering. And I will also touch on that, how you can sign up for the CMA and give you also some tips and tricks for doing the CMA later on in this info sessions. Let me first introduce you to myself before I introduce you to our guests today. Like I said, my name is Salam Mulder. I'm your host today, and I'm based here at the IMA Amsterdam office. And today I'm at this office here, and that's also the place from where we serve you as an IMA member. If you have any questions later on, because that's always what I have with myself, then later on when the webinar is finished, the conference is finished, then I remember a question I wanted to ask, always feel free to contact me directly. You can contact me via my email address, amail@imanet.org, or feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. There's a code here which makes it easier for you, and then you can also ask your question via LinkedIn. That's no problem at all. Before we go to our guest today, who will tell more about the CMA course, I will also want to cover a little bit about IMA itself. Very briefly, but I think it's also important to mention that. We are a non-profit organization. We are the leading associations of accountants and financial professionals in business. We are actually the largest, focusing on management accountants exclusively globally. So this is really the place to be in terms when you are an accountant in business and a finance professional. It's a great international network of finance professionals which you can tap into. And also because I saw we have many people attending us from London and the UK today, we do have an active chapter run by volunteers in London, and they do organize local networking sessions. So I would really advise you to go there, hopefully in person very soon, and join us on one of those sessions you can attend for free. It's all included in your membership. Like I mentioned, I'm in the Amsterdam office today, but we do have many offices around the globe. And here in Europe, we have two, the one I am today and the other one in Zurich. Also, in the rest of the regions, we have offices from where we serve our local members. But I think more important, besides the course providers we are here with today, is that we have local chapters. That's what I was talking about previously. Those are really the heart of IMA. They organize the events which you can join. Sometimes we are presenting there, or we have other CFOs presenting there, or IMA members sharing their knowledge. And there's also a place where you can network with other senior or junior finance professionals, but also where you can earn your CP, your continuing professional education points during those events. And of course, if you are located outside the UK in another part of the world, then you can also go to their chapter events. We have events in Russia, Switzerland. So if you're located there, that's also okay. But if you're located in the Middle East, you can go to your local chapter over there, or China. That's also fine, where we have the CMA elite clubs. Of course, today we are talking about the CMA, and that's of course what you have to do, focus on for now. But later on, when you finish your CMA, I would also like to promote to you all the other benefits of IMA, which you can tap into. Like I already mentioned, it's a global community. We organize events in person, virtual events, of course, at this time. But also, if you want to contact an IMA member in another part of the world, just go to our online database and you can find their contact details. We do a lot on soft skills development, many of them also included in your IMA membership. We do online training, online webinars, etc. So there's a lot of things you can develop with IMA. Career resources, we have Career Driver, which is a personal development plan where you can fill in what kind of skills you have today, your career path, and where you want to be in 5 or maybe 10 years. And then the system will benchmark your skills against other members and also give you an advice what kind of courses you have to follow in order to achieve those skills as well. Continuing education, I already mentioned that one, and certificates. That's of course where we are here for today. And I think also very exciting research and publications. We will send you a hard copy Strategic Finance magazine each month. A lot of articles about finance and technology, of course, and accounting. Really interesting. But we also do a lot of research in-house with our own in-house professor and academic researchers, and they also publish a lot of reports which are also shared with our members. So that's also something you can tap into. Then I think it's time to go to our guests, Dr. Musa and Khalud. They will tell you everything about the CMA course offered at the Berkeleyme School of Management, and they will advise you what kind of things you need to prepare for the exams, tips and tricks, and how they can prepare you to pass the exam successfully. So welcome, Dr. Musa and Khalud. Nice having you here in this info session. The floor is all yours.
Thank you very much for the lovely introduction and a great opening. We are going to start our part of the discussion, which is giving more insight about the program. So I would like to share a few slides with the audience. I'm sure that now they can see the screen if you can confirm me.
Yes, we can see it.
That's great. So a couple of things I will go through. Of course, Berkeley School of Management and Sciences is an old name in giving education for CMA program. And since like it used to be a four-part program, and then it evolved around 2009 and 10 in two parts. So we have huge expertise and thousands of students across the globe who is actually doing and has done their CMAs. So, as you already introduced, it's an American certification, and IMA is the world leading association, and that's what is actually unique and true. Um, for our discussion today, what I'm going to focus is that what is a CMA program look likes, what are the study options Berkeley offer, what is the course structure, and how Berkeley make it unique for the students in terms of understanding and passing the exam at most the first time. And of course, we have thousands of testimonials, which I'm going to share with you. So if you see, the program structure is quite unique and very, very dynamic. We have two parts. One is the financial planning, performance, and control. The other is strategic financial management. If you see here, I would compare because we are in UK. So in UK, we have a management accountancy qualification, which has 16 subjects. So if you are really a senior top management, middle management, where you are stuck in your office works and you have no time to study along with your family, I feel that here I like IMA, CMA very much because it's very handy. It is comprehensive. It has two parts, so I can prioritize my time management accordingly, and I can manage in comparison with two papers with 16 exam. It's really a handy and nice option. And top of it, it's a global qualification from America, so it's all over the world is recognized. This I love the program structure. I'm going to show you, and we will discuss a bit of it, so you can feel that how well structured and organized it is. And if you are going to take up this, say, course, how it is going to build your skills and competencies in your professional career, and it is going to develop your personality in terms of thinking broad and doing management accounting. So recently we saw the new I guess 3 years before the external financial reporting decisions. Previously, management accountants were more into internal management reporting, and the financial accountant is more into external accounting standard, US GAAP. But now the time has come where US GAAP also focusing on making financial standards in a very easy way. So if you're a doctor, you are an engineer, you are a scientist, and you have your own business, and you want to optimize your return on investments, you want to see a better profit. So it's very important that you should know what are the financial statement and a set of financial statements, so at least you can read and understand from the top. So I guess that's the beauty of the course, that it start right of a need of a management accountant, a businessman, or are large or small entities who want to see what are their profitabilities, liquidity, solvency, and how their financial outlook in at least 2 years. So it starts with external financial reporting, where you will be having a deep knowledge of statement of financial position, cash flows. You are going to know about several things in terms of accrual accounting, basic accounting principles. Then you will discuss the liability side of the balance sheet, current assets, non-current assets, and the topics like impairment, uh, depreciation. You can say there are topics like goodwill, amortization, um, deferred taxation, yeah, contingent liabilities, warranties, treatment of accounting revenues. This all is an amazing portion which covers an external financial reporting decision. So um, almost you're going to touch the most important topics of from a CFO point of view or from a CEO point of view. It's going to be an amazing journey in terms of external financial reporting decision. And you can see that these are 15% of the exam. So you can see that it's a quite substantial portion that is giving you a lot of knowledge about financial reporting in the modern latest environment. And of course, the integrated reporting, which is Unit 6, is getting really important and essential, as the integrated reporting standards has already been formed and implemented, where we need to combine different reports. So maybe 20 years before, we used to see financial reports separate, inventory separate, or human resource efficiency separate. But now after integrated reporting, we have to combine it into 6 to 8 areas, where we see the human efforts, supply chain, we see financial, non-financial, human resources. So this integrated reporting is really interesting and very high-end topic that any management would like to see in order to do the gap analysis and take effective decisions in general. Previously, obviously, when we say cost accountant or management accountant, so costing used to be 30% of the exam, but with new softwares, SAP, Oracle, the role of a cost accountant is advanced. And so the syllabus and content has already been updated in this way that you have 15% of the cost management. Cost is really important, and you know that in COVID-19 and such kind of scenarios where you feel that market is losing its capacity as a consumer. So consumers stop or reduce the buying. So you can't increase the sale on that particular timings. What you can do only is you can decrease the cost. You can study the cost, you can improvise it, you can see the new innovative ways how you can decrease the cost. So before that, you should understand what is a cost. So we see what is a fixed cost, variable cost, staff fixed cost. We see the contribution margin approach, we see the gross margin approach, and we see the throughput margin approach. This is an amazing area. I mean, it is one of the favorites of those CEOs and CFOs, director finance, because their core job is more about planning, strategy, and in terms of and the costing is really important element in that. So we study that what are the type of cost, how we accumulate in terms of method like job order costing, process costing, and activity based costing, which is really advanced, which gives you a proper allocation of the cost. Supply chain management, so you can see that as a management accountant, you are going to study integrated reporting, which is going to give you a deep knowledge of other departments. So you are not only an accountant, you are a management accountant who is understanding the organization from 360-degree, and this is going to create an amazing skill in terms of leadership and capacity to guide the organization, lead the organization from the front. And of course, business improvement process, responsibility accounting, making strategic business units and responsibility centers, profit centers, investment centers. This is what latestly all multinationals has adopted. So reading them, getting updated and jump in an office environment is very linked because of the kind of content it offers. Planning, budgeting, and forecasting. It used to be 30% 3 years before. It has been revised as 20%, but still, it is one of the most important areas in terms of your exams and in terms of your practical life. Every middle or senior management is talking about operational budgets, master budget. You're talking about a budget for a project, budget for the organization, budget for the branch. So this all is really amazing. And in these three topics, you are going to discuss some kind of mathematical forecasting, because we can't say that the next year is very good, because very good is a very subjective term. So in that scenario, we need to quantify it. So we need some kind of modeling, financial modeling, mathematical modeling, statistical methods. We have to understand the correlations, regressions. We have to see the capital asset pricing models, which need to use alpha, beta, gamma, such kind of technical words which will give a comfort to the investor, reader, or the stakeholder of the financial statement that we have analyzed and projected, not only based on our feelings, but we did it on the basis of a very nice mathematical and non-mathematical, economic, social, technical, technological, legal aspects we are covering in terms of budgeting. So budgeting is always a favorite for those people who have an ability to think broad, think large, out of the box, and bring something new. Obviously, or either you use a traditional method or a zero-based budgeting. So there are a lot of terminologies which will be a real update for you if you are going to take up this course. Performance management is really important for the management need to get a performance, otherwise we will feel that they are a weak management. When it comes, it's planning, organizing, directing, designing, implementing, evaluating. So performance is the first important criteria that we have to get out of our human resource and all the resources that we deploy in the organization. So variance report is a very typical report, which is actually the main interest of a CEO and the other top management. So you are preparing yourself for to be at the top, and through budgets, of course, we get the budgeted figures, and when the actual results comes, we compare them, and we get the variance reports. So this is a very amazing area, which is 20% of the exam. So question related to variance analysis, sale variance, cost variance, material variance, price variance, efficiency variance, spending variance, overhead variance. These are really interesting and day to day and very, very dynamic in terms of unique solutions. Now the course will shift into internal controls because you are a management, so you need to make sure that you have an effective internal control system in your company. So it start with Sarbanes-Oxley, which is 2002 Act in America, and as per all American laws, any American company go anywhere in the world, they need to comply with the American laws all the time. So it is really good that you get an American law knowledge in terms of corporate governance, so you can bring clarity, administration, operation, the structure in your organization. Some organizations don't have proper structure; they are listed. So what happen is after 3 to 4 years, you will see a bad news, and then you will notice that this company has closed. So that's to avoid all that kind of financial scandals. We study the corporate governance, which give you a code of conduct, code of governance by creating a segregation between management, company, putting regulators on the top, assigning external auditor, pushing you to hire an internal auditor, and define the importance of a committee structure in the management, and of course like setting up committees which is mandatory, like audit committee. So it's really interesting, really insightful topics. We discuss FCPA, that is Financial Corrupt Practices Act. We study Sarbanes-Oxley Act. We study uh, the internal auditing. We see that how it improved the organization in a very comprehensive way. And beauty of IMA is they are very, very adaptive. And you can see from this topic called technology, because technology is just recently added because technology is changing every time. So we, as a management accountant, CEO, CFO, you can't live without knowing what is blockchain, what is IoT, what is privacy, what is blockchain, what is clouding, computing, SARS, Bitcoins. These are the latest things, ERP, enterprise resource plannings, MRPs, and couple of data management, data warehousing. These are the terms which used to be in the pocket of the IT department, but because IT is becoming known technical, any layman can look into. So the role of our understanding to technology is increasing. So in terms of part one structure, you can see that it comprises on several topics. The beauty of the course is that it build up your knowledge in terms of different fields, and it upgrade your skills in terms of the latest knowledge. We have limited time. Of course, we can go as deep as we want, but we have to keep ourselves in a line. So I will move towards the part two. Part two is really, really purely a financial management ones. And we start with financial statement analysis. This is very important if you want to see the financial health. You want to see that company will last. Is it a going concern, or it is a best entity who is going to last at least 12 months? So financial ratios are really important to calculate. This is a basic ratio is basic, but the usage is advanced. So we learn how to calculate, and the most important is how to utilize, how to use them, how to apply them in your organization. You can link it with yours, with your day-to-day practical work, because For example, if I'm acquiring a company, I'm merging a company, because merger and acquisition, which we call M&A, is getting trendy. People want to reduce the cost, they want to combine the income. So merger and acquisition age we are living in. Every month you see all over the world there are 10 to 12 listed companies getting together, making one entity, sometime a merger, sometime an amalgamation, sometime an acquisition. So whatever technical things we will discuss in contents. So liquidity, ability to see your short-term sustenance, solvency, are you able to sustain? Leverage, do you have debts which is exceeding more than 50%? So are you making company at risk? These are very interesting ratios. Profitability ratio means how we are doing things in operations in terms of GP, in terms of NP, and of course share book value, market value, and these kind of things are really really important. So in terms of corporate finance, of course, very interesting. We need to understand the financial instruments. What are those markets? Money market, hedge markets, financial markets of Europe, USA, UK, which is a billion-dollar markets. So you will be understanding the mechanism of discounting, calculating the cost of capital to raise money. Should you go for a debt financing? Should you go for the equity financing? These kind of things. How to manage your working capital? Very interesting topics. Decision analysis. Every business should know that what is the cost, what is the profit, which point they will come in no profit, no loss situation, which we call as break even, or you can see as a CVP analysis. Every project has risks, so we study the risk management. Then we see the investment decisions should be very effective. It should not put your investor or your director's money on stake. And of course, no qualification can be comprehensive without professional ethics. IMA has a code of ethics which every member has to follow. So we need to be honest, we need to maintain integrity, fairness, we need to be rational, we should be objective. These all are core characteristics that we should have in ourselves to maintain the prestige of the organization. So this is an interesting oversight in terms of the topics. And of course, once you will jump into this curriculum, this course, you will start loving it more and more at every single minute. Let's talk about the study options. Before COVID even, we had online because we train globally. So physical location no matters now. I mean, if you're a qualified trainer, you're a qualified organization, you can train anywhere. But we do have classrooms, physical classrooms, which is once the lockdown situations will go, we'll start the classrooms again. We are very famous for one-to-one executive trainings where we pull a person and we solely focus on them, on their preparation and their personality developments. So we have on campus, so you can come to our campus and study. We have a fast track option. We finish one chapter in a day with some practice. So ideally in 20-25 days in a fast track, you are able to finish the first round of the study and then a couple of practices. So we make it faster as well. If you want, you have time, you're enthusiastic to appear in exams, one-to-one in-house. We come to your office if you have a pool of people who don't want to travel. So Berkeley is going to send their trainer who is going to train at your place and making it easy for your staff to manage and avoid any kind of hassle traveling to our centers. Self-study online, live online is the most popular nowadays because everyone is scared from the COVID and they prefer to go online And last 1.5 year, I guess online is getting really a habit and used to. I'm sure that once we come back to the live trainings again, there will be a strange feeling in the start. So um, this is like my last wrap up of the day. So Berkeley can make your dream in terms of journey, in terms of CMA, very viable and achievable. You just need to manage some time. So Berkeley has a teaching methodology. Our study materials are the perfect one. It delivers a candidate an understanding, and of course, we create a learning environment which creates a very impactful influence on a candidate mind. We have more than 10,000 students, and we have a very matchless feedbacks after the training. During the trainings, we found them really learning and improving themselves and adding value in the organizations. Most of our corporate clients are from PwC, EY, KPMG, Deloitte, HSBC, Shell. So all, I mean, name any big company, we are serving them for the CMA and other courses. You can go through the website on berkeleyme.org, and you can see hundred and thousand of videos that we have shooted last couple of years, explaining their experience with the Berkeley and with the program itself. With this, I want to thank you for this opportunity to share on this platform, and I'm looking forward to keep sharing these thoughts in the upcoming events. So I will move back to IMA for proceeding the program to the next level.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Musa. That was a really interesting presentation, and thank you for sharing all your insights in the CMA program, and also what people can expect when they start studying at Berkeley. Really great. I believe we now go to Kalut, and you will also present about the program itself. So the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Dr. Musa, and thank you, IMA, for organizing this valuable info session. I would like to introduce myself. I'm Khulud Shaban, CEO of Berkeley and qualified CMA USA. Today I will be sharing my screen. Today I will be talking to you today I will be sharing with you some insight about everything you need to know about a CMA. We will be talking about who can take this program, what is the eligibility in order for you to enroll in this program, and what is the exam format, duration, and dates, and where are these exams conducted. Also, why should you choose this program, and why to become a certified management accountant, together with some exam and study tips, which I will be giving you through my personal experience. First, who can take this program? Actually, this program, from a student still in the university to a CFO, up to the CFO, and in between the financial analyst, controller, cost accountants, senior and junior accountants, and even anyone who who felt that they wanted to change their career into a new career and take a new path. They want to open their own businesses, which also need lots of knowledge and management skills. So this program will definitely help them do that. For like the eligibility for this program, there are two parts of this eligibility. First is the educational requirement. In terms of educational requirements, you need a bachelor degree from an accredited college or university. Or if you are an ACCA member, also you do not need to be a graduate. You can get your CMA designation. By the way, you can attempt for the CMA exams, even you didn't graduate yet, but in order to get your final certification, upon getting your final certification, you need to submit your bachelor degree. And secondly, the experience requirement. Experience requirement, it's actually you need to complete 2 years of professional experience, either in management accounting or financial management. You don't need to complete it before. You can either complete before or after passing your CMA exams within 7 years the time frame. Now, what is the examination format of the CMA? As discussed by Dr. Musa, there are two parts of this examination. First part and second part both, each has 100 multiple choice questions and 2 essay type questions. And the exam duration will be 4 hours. You can take the exams in any sequence, like part 2 first or part 1, whichever suits to you. And you should score 360 out of 500 credits in order to pass this examination. Now, in terms of exam dates, exams are offered in 3 windows throughout the year, which is first window is January, February, then it's April, May, I believe, September, October. So, so you can book with any day within these months according to your study plan. Now, where you can give the examination, exams are administered throughout through the worldwide network of Prometric testing centers. So you can locate the testing center which is in your country through the Prometric website. Now we come to the part which I would like to say why to become a certified management accountant, or what is this program, what this program can bring for you. First of all, the career advancement and professional growth. Now, of course, employer often prefer candidates with leadership and administration skills for the upper level positions. So if you're targeting upper level positions, CMA certification examination requires strategic thinking in decision making, which is essential for people in management positions. And that's why it can give you this opportunity of career advancement. According to an IMA survey figures, recent survey, that more than 70% respondents agreed that this certification actually provided career opportunities for them in terms of promotions and in terms of advancement. In addition, like the majority of the top management and senior management are CMAs with high percentages, which reach to 62% and 61%. Respectively. More specifically, there are job titles like a CFO, a controller, director of financial planning and analysis, senior financial analyst, all are more likely to be filled with CMAs more than non-CMAs. In percentages can range from 59% to 67%, which is pretty high percentages. Now, in terms of the job security, there is no doubt that the world is fast moving, and the crisis that is facing the world with all the automated systems and advancement and data analytics, all these required the professionals to distinguish themselves with other skills. So this certification emphasizes critical thinking, which allows all CMA holders to think strategically instead. And a good CMA even might integrate technological advances and be more advanced and make a big difference where in the organization where he holds this position. Third is the knowledge and skill the CMA can give you. CMA, what's very good about CMA is it gives you practical knowledge. This practical knowledge will help you make a change, and it will develop your personality. It will increase your work efficiency and effectiveness. It will enhance your analytical thinking, and it will give you definitely self-satisfaction and confidence to overtake any position and be successful at it. And these skills are demanded by business organizations all around the world. Now, which is also a target for lots of people, the earning potential. Of course, based on IMA's also recent global salary survey, in the Americas regions, CMAs earned a median salary and a total compensation that is 31% and 32% respectively higher than non-CMAs. And in also Asia and Europe regions, CMAs earned a median salary and a compensation that is 29% and 32% respectively higher than non-CMAs, which makes CMA a great certification to enhance your salary. This is on average what salary comparison between CMAs versus non-CMAs, which is on average 30% more CMAs get than non-CMAs. Now I would like to share with you a few study and exam tips that might help you pass your CMA examinations from first attempt. Like CMA examination can feel overwhelming to invest this amount, not only of money, but of time, because most of the people are attempting for these exams while holding full-time job positions and trying to manage their family lives too. So you need actually to have some study tips that can help you overcome these obstacles. First of all, you need to understand your study style. Some people like to read the textbooks and information would stick, but other people like to watch videos or podcasts and in order to absorb the information more. So you need to learn what is your study style in order for you to give the highest benefit for yourself and for your time. Second of all, which I really would like to emphasize on much, is learning the concepts. What is the meaning of learning the concepts? Now, while you are studying and going through the information, you might just read the topics and skip some information that you feel you didn't absorb the concept fully, which actually in the examination, you will not have a typical question. You will have a question that tackles this concept. So if you don't understand fully the concept and the subject you are studying, then you will not be able to answer, and you can waste time, and you can end up losing marks. So what you need to do to learn more about these concepts, you can easily go through Google. There is lots of information about each topic and any topic from different sources. It can give you another information, and it can explain you this concept from different angles, which can really help you understand and with no doubt be able to answer in the exam. Third, which is always, I believe, we emphasize on, is practice, practice, and practice. You need to simulate the exam experience by taking mock exams. All the like publishers have mock exams with time frame, with study topics that you can practice, and you can test yourself, your timing, your knowledge. You can this will help you also focus on your weaknesses, see where you are missing the concepts, and so you can go back and read more and emphasize these concepts in your mind. So this is definitely a very important step for you, and it will definitely help you manage your time in the examination and be able to understand where you are weak at. And now this is an exam tip that you can use inside the examination. You need, in order to make the multiple choice questions, because multiple choice questions can be tricky sometimes, and if you overthink it also, you can go in different directions. So what you need to do is, first you need to read the question carefully. You need to know the root of this question. And secondly, you need to eliminate the wrong answers, the answers which you believe they are wrong. And you can, if you still are not certain about the answer, you can just go with your guts. It's often right. You can go with what you feel as a thinker, as a strategic thinker. You can think what the answer could be. You should not spend too much time on each question. There is time limitation. And you can always mark the question. You can give it your best shot and you can answer. Don't ever leave any question unanswered. And just mark the question, and in the last 5 minutes, maybe you can go back to all the marked questions. You can even make a revision if you can in the 5 minutes or 10 minutes left for you. You can just go back and review these marked questions. Most of all, I would like to say, I understand that you need to prioritize. You need to downsize your priorities, and you need to downtime your social activities. I know that this is sometimes tough, but if you are focused on your goal to get the CMA qualification, which is a life-changing qualification, you need really to focus on this qualification, and you can go back later to everything that you love and you can do. This is, of course, if this is your goal. So thank you very much. I hope these tips has given you some, and this session has given you some insights about CMA. And I will be happy also to answer any questions if you would like to ask. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. I will cover for 5 minutes some more info about the CMA, and then we can do a few questions. That's no problem. Let me share my presentation first.
I will off my share screen.
Oh, great, thanks. Great. So thank you so much, Knut, for that presentation and also sharing your insights. after the CMA, because that is a great opportunity, of course, to advance your career. But we as IMA will also make sure that you receive all the knowledge and future developments as well after passing the CMA exams. So after passing the CMA exams, or actually the next calendar year following up on that, you need to complete 30 hours of continuing education every year to maintain your CMA status. And that's also really a proof for your employer that all your skills and knowledge are continuously up to date with the current trends. And you can go to those chapter events, you can follow webinars, you can do online courses. It's all possible. Many of them are included in your membership fee, so you don't need to invest a lot in that later on, but you will keep continuing all your knowledge. And what we as IMA will do, and you can trust in that, is that we will conduct ongoing job analysis research of active CFOs, CMAs, to involve the CMA program with the industry and make sure it answers the needs of the workplace. And we were already mentioning the job survey, but what we also found out, it's not only impacting your salary and your career potential, but what also 87% of the CMAs said is that they feel, that's a global percentage, that they feel that their certification enhanced their ability to move across the era of business. And that's especially so important because nowadays the finance professional needs to be a business partner, and that's also expected from him or her. And of course, it's a passport to an international career. The CMA is globally recognized, and with active CMAs in more than 130 countries, and they are all fluent in the international language of business. So if you have the CMA, you can easily move to other countries in order to start a career over there, because they are also familiar with the CMA. Or you can start working in your home country, just stay in your own country, but then start working for an international company. That is all possible after passing the CMA. We already mentioned the steps to become a CMA. You can check, that was the only thing I wanted to add, you can check on our website if your university or school is accredited by IMA. If you don't see the name of your school on the list, don't panic. The general rule is that it needs to be accredited by the local government, but you can always contact us, our IMA Europe office, and then we will check it for you. So don't panic if you don't see the name on the list, because sometimes it changed or they merged with another school. I think this one is very important before we go to the Q&A sessions. Of course, the investment for the CMA is a CMA entrance fee of $250, exam fee $415 per part, and of course an IMA membership fee of $230 a year. For Berkeley candidates, we do offer a special discount of 35% off on membership first year and 35% off CMA entrance fee. So as soon as you signed up for the course at Berkeley, then you will also get the promo code you can use to become a CMA candidate on this discount fee. And of course, we are very enthusiastic about the CMA, but you can also ask real CMAs. You can check if they're real. Just go to imanet.org, go directory of active CMAs. You will also be a part of that directory where your employer can really check that you earned that credential. But what he said, that's Andre, he's the director and CFO of Rosneft. That's a huge, very familiar Russian oil company, and he said the CMA program was an important step on my path to becoming a CFO and managing director. It provides a very concentrated and practical view on what is really important for a healthy business, focus on efficiency, control, compliance, and results. So I would like to thank you all for joining us today. We have some minutes left for a few questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Just go to the Q&A section on your screen, and there you can type your question, and then we will try to answer that, of course. So I will give it a few seconds to see if we get any questions. And If you do not ask your question now, that's also fine, no problem at all. You can always get us on our email address or via LinkedIn. Just go to our office, imaeeurope@imaenet.org, and then that question will end up with me or the rest of the team, and then we will answer that, of course, as well. So there are no questions. So then, Dr. Musa Kalut, I really want to thank you for providing your insights and being with us today. Let's do another session very soon. I would expect it would be great. To all the students, I would really tell you, thank you for your interest and showing your interest in the CMA. It's a great opportunity. Good luck with preparing for the CMA exams. I do see one question coming in. The exam window is April, June, or only May, June. That's a bit different this year because we extended the May, June testing window because of the whole COVID crisis. So we added one extra month. So this year you can sit for the exam in April, May, and June. That's all possible in those 3 months. The next testing window is September, October this year. So I don't see any other questions. So thank you so much and good luck studying for the exam.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you very much, and looking forward.
Great. Good luck all, and thank you for being with us, and stay safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.